everyone, welcome back to our course. So in our last video we learned about head and what is head element, and today we'll try to implement it. So let's jump into it. We said it goes as a child of HTML elements but before the body elements. So we'll just go here and I will open my head elements, and this one of course will have an opening and closing as well. And we'll start with the title, so the title for our page, and I'll say title, and this one will have an opening and closing element, and I will say home page, or let's say home slash I don't know, let's call it portfolio, for example. And if I save and I refresh, you can see here that's your element went right there. So that's your title now. The other elements we learned as well is called meta, and that's used for search engines. So you can have meta and we give it a name of description. So this meta is a description of my page, description. And then you have a content attribute. So you put your description exactly here. This is my portfolio page for Lubna. Amazing work experience. You can do anything you want. And this one, it is a self-closing tag. So it doesn't have an opening and closing tag. It just closes itself. And we can also add another meta, which can say, for example, name it is author. So who created this page? And content will be Lubna. And this one is closing. So in old times, a bit, not very old times, so these were very important for the search engine, so the Google and Yahoo and all that, they can find you and find your pages. Now they're more optimized, so they don't really rely much on it, but still it's good to have, and it's good addition, and it will not be wasted if you add it, and it's not an extra work for you. Now let's save our page, and you will see that our content will not be affected with what we added this meta here. So I'll save, refresh, and see it's still the same. So my title is showing, my content is showing, but these are not showing. So it's good to know all these things, even if you don't need them at some point, but it's good to know that they exist. And if you enter any old project or something and you see them there, at least you know what they are for. The other thing we'll try to add is a link tag, and that's for example, linking your page to some other file. And let's take an example of a styling file. So link, and I'll say, okay, the relation. So what type of relation we're doing here? I'll say style sheet, and I'll say ref, and I'll use an external one now. I'll just use Bootstrap CDN, and this is also a self-closing. And if I go back to my page, I'll save this, and you'll see again my page is not impacted with it. It's just my content there, and my title is there, but it's not, this one here is not showing on my page. Okay, now you know, you say, okay, I add my style. How I will know that this is working? Okay, so we can go here, for example, and we can wrap this in a P tag, which is stand for paragraph, and we can add something called class, and that's to apply style. And I'll pick up a class from here, and let's use something different. Let's say this one, text muted. I will put it here, and then we go back our page. We save, we refresh, and you can see the color has slightly changed. It become a little bit blue grayish color. So we know our style is actually working. And the next element we can have in our head is a script element, and that's for JavaScript. So I'll do script, and that have opening and closing. And for now, I'll just do a small script to see that this is working. I'll say alert, which throw a pop-up in the screen. I'll say okay. And if I refresh, I see a pop-up. So does a JavaScript pop-up built in the browser, and you can just trigger it with this alert function in here. So that's what script tag for. Any JavaScript code or jQuery code can go in between these two opening and closing script tags.